Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. I'm just going to get started on the field right here, and I need to change that one over, don't I? There we go, right, we're now dumping straw. That's what I want. Dump straw on the ground so that we can then bale it all up, and most likely we will sell it because we're going to go for the chicken plan first before we go for the cow plan. At least this is the plan. I'm hoping. Because we just went and spent all our money levelling out that hillside. We've been left with a big sort of lump in the middle. There is a mod that people told me where I can basically place things anywhere. So I might use that, and then I can ignore the big lump that's in the middle, and we can just like plonk something down over the top of it. So I might try and get that mod and put that one in. I did just briefly before starting to record this episode have a look about getting the helper for the horses, the groom that rides the horses around just before midnight each night. Charges you $300 per horse to go and do it, which is fair enough because it's quite a level up. And yeah, I thought that would be really good, but the website that I was looking at was, it looks like the actual mod, I don't know who made the mod. I'm not sure who made the mod, and the website that I was using looked like it wasn't the original link for the mod, so I want to try and find at least the original link. It doesn't look like I'm going to be getting it off of a site that's got an easy, a non-buggy link, but I will look for that as well. So ready for the next episode, I'll see if I can get that groom mod installed, and we'll see if we can be using that one. And the other things I'm on the lookout for is, I'm not too worried about the whole gearbox mod. I know that a lot of people really love that gearbox mod, but I never used it, and so it's not something that I'm not missing at the moment. The GPS mod would be really awesome if we could have that back in the game, but I suspect that's fairly unlikely because the last I heard was that the bloke who made the GPS mod now works for the people that make cattle and crops, so it's unlikely he's going to go and update that one and let us have it back. GPS was good. It was great. I really loved it. It's the auto combine one that I really want, and I'm really hoping that someone is working on the auto combine. I mean, I suspect that the GPS mod, somebody will come along and have a go with it, especially if the guy who originally made it has now jumped ship and gone off and he's on a different game completely. It would be exceptionally petty if he was to refuse to work on it because he's working on a different game, but also refuse to allow anybody else to do anything with it either. I can't see that happening anyway. I can't see something like that going on, but who knows? We'll wait and see. Those bigger mods, it's probably going to be a good few months yet before we see anything from them anyway, so I'm not sort of expecting anything in the immediate future. Just want to make sure this combat, it does look like, if you look there, kind of, I'm trying to look in line, a straight line. It looks like it's going to go straight up across the field. He's going to be alright with harvesting that little bit right there. We've got our oats well underway now, but while that one is started there, I'm going to go over to this one, and we're going to need a trailer in order to be able to tow this stuff around. And that trailer at the moment, the only one that we've got, is up there with a load of wood chips in it. So we're going to want to do something about that. I don't yet have a mod, the Bruks chipper. I'm going to get the Bruks chipper if I can, because people have told me that there is now a working one available. So I'm going to go and take it. I'm going to hunt around, see if I can find that one. And then we might be able to do some Bruks chipping and get rid of a load of these trees, if at all possible. It might work, it might not, I've got no idea. It's one of those things you just don't know until you sort of get hold of it and you start messing around. If we do get the Bruks chipper, I'm thinking that we want to get up here and we want to remove these trees up the top here, take all of these out, also get the stump grinder here, remove them as well, and we'll take out everything that we possibly can. I want to remove all of it. I want it all gone. And then we can do a whole load of leveling out on a massive industrial scale. Let's come around here a minute. That's a bit uneven. I'm also wanting, I do want to plant some trees. People said, rather than buying, because I said previously about buying a bit of land and then harvesting a load of trees off of it as a way to earn fast money. Well, why do that? Why not just plant your own trees, is the response I've had. That's a fair point. That is a very valid point. Mainly because I don't really have much space for planting trees at the moment. That was kind of my main reason for not doing it. But if we're going to buy some more land, then maybe that's what we ought to look at doing. So, I mean, the oats we're going to keep. And if we get this groom mod, I definitely think we ought to get some more horses into the game. We'll start working our way down through our list of named Frithgardians who are all in my book. I've got well over 90 names in that book now. So I'm going to try to give you all places in the game. But obviously, 90 names, that's a lot. And it's growing. It's always growing. There's always more names being added. So it's kind of... It does take a while to get through everybody's names. And so, yeah, I don't just want to be doing that on the horses. Although the horses we will be working through the list with the horses as well. I'm wondering if I should go back to sort of doing random generation of names rather than just constantly going through it in order, because, you know, very often the ones at the top of the list who happen to get in there first, they frequently get named, and then others, like, they're there for ages and they never get their name come up, and it might be frustrating for some of you. So I'm still working on tweaking the system a bit, alright? So just bear with me on that. If it's not entirely to your liking, I am still tweaking the system, and I'm still trying to work with it and make it... I want to make it work best for everybody so that we can keep everybody happy, but at the same time not make it insanely difficult for me to organize and run, because otherwise it kind of defeats the whole point of doing it in the first place. It's supposed to be something that I can do and keep everything moving along. I don't want something that's going to be really complex for me to organize so that it eats into time that could otherwise be spent making you some videos. Now, we'll bring that back into there. We can finally sell a bit of produce. We're not going to make a vast fortune out of this. Definitely not going to be making vast sums of money. But we'll make a small sum of money. There, 24,000. We do have 4,800 on that one. Not a huge amount, like I said, but it's still better than nothing. It's better than a kick in the teeth. And we can now wander back over to the farm. We will probably have some oats that we can offload into this trailer. And the oats, this time, we're going to store them all. I know I'm about to cut a car up, but quite frankly, I don't mind. Helper A has a nearly full grain tank. And by a remarkable coincidence, Helper B, that would be me. Well, I suppose we're Helper F, really, aren't we? Helper Frithgar. We are very nearly back at the farm, so it's going to work out quite nicely for everybody involved, I feel. We've got... There's our piece of land. So we do actually... We own all the way up to here. We could put a small chicken farm right here on this sort of spur bit out this side if we had the money for it. We don't have the money for it, but I mean, I'm just saying if we have the money for it. Right there, I think we need to raise that just a little bit, make that fit in a bit better. We got all the bonuses, didn't we? We got the lime on there, we sprayed for weeds, we stopped the... we've got both lots of fertilizer on there, and this combine is just about full, and he's barely gotten halfway across the field with the oats here. That's quite good, actually. That's quite a good yield. Originally, I think the oats have been... Somebody said that the oats have been drastically redone. There was a lot less oats. You had a lot lower yield. The yield was far more similar to soybeans than it was to barley or wheat. But the price also reflected that. But they've since gone through and they've changed it. So you now get a higher yield of oats than you used to. I still don't know how they compare, though. I don't actually know how the two compare together. Let's just have a look at the horses. We're on 61% with Tech Lime, so we could do with a bit more. Oats on 6,100 litres. That's absolutely fine. That's more than enough to keep them happy for a minute. So let's go here then and have a look under here. Oats, we've got 896 litres in there at the moment. Okay, I'm guessing that the yield is higher than the oats and the barley. Sorry, the wheat and the barley. I'm guessing the yield is higher than that. Beans over here, 2,400 there. 2,300 at the ranch, 2,400 at the central grain elevator. But the ranch is going up, so we may get some more from that. Milk at the moment at the ranch is 1,800. Eggs, 4,600 there at the ranch. Ranch is quite a good place to sell a lot of stuff. Mind you, all of the prices are fairly good because we're on easy economy. Because we've got the easy economy setting, all prices are fairly reasonable. So bring you over there, and we'll start overloading you. So we've got our oats stored. While we're doing that, I'm going to go to you over here. I've got 1,600 litres of fertilizer in there. I'm going to bring this one up here, and I'm going to put the fertilizers. I'm not going to bother washing it off. I should do. Definitely should do, because of the amount of... You know, you don't want to leave a fertilizer spinner that's unwashed. It will just seize everything solid. Really shouldn't be doing this, but I'm doing it anyway because I want the baler running. And this case tractor, we've got a bit of a beastie here. This thing is a bit of a... This is a bit of a beast, but we're going to take it over here and we're going to change over these wheels. That's why I'm bringing it over here. And I'm not going to change the... I'm not going to repair it yet. Condition is really low. I'm still not going to repair it because I want to see what happens. Narrows, like that. We've got twin wheels, rear twins, wide tires. That's the ones we're going to go for. And 7240. That's the biggest engine there, so we'll leave it on there. That's a free changeover, that is. We don't have to pay for anything on that because we already own those. So let's just start you up, and we get that one onto there. And then we can go running round, and we can pick up the baler. The baler is what we want. So, how much is the horsepower of the tractor reduced by when the repair gauge sort of gets down? As that lowers down, how much are we losing in the way of power for this beast? Let's have a look. Put you onto there. I don't think we're losing all that much, to be honest. Right? Well, we're not losing a vast amount. Now, we've got a bit of grass left in here. So we can do this, and then rather than turning it, leaving it as grass and feeding it to the sheep or anything like that, I think we should get the wrapper and we should wrap it up, because the wrapped bales, they're worth a penny or two. They are worth a pretty penny, and I'd like that pretty penny to be beneficial to us. So let's bring you round over this way. We're still not able to harvest the soybean straw, which is disappointing. I'd love to be able to harvest the soybean straw, wouldn't you? That is something I would very much like. If we could just go and harvest soybean straw, I think that would be absolutely brilliant. I think it would be a really nice sort of extra bit to do with the game. Now we've switched over to straw. We've got a bale of grass that is coming out of our baler. That one's going to be dumped over here. We're going quite slow. I'm not really going up a hill at all at the moment, and we are going quite steady. I'm going to have to move in a minute. Let's get out of the way of that combine. Let's do it. Let's do it. Switch you off a minute. I'll bring you on round, but I'm going really slow up that hill. Far slower than I was previously. You know, I did previously go up the... I've been up the hill before, and so it sort of feels like I've already lost that power. You know, we've taken the power hit already with the tractor, with the damage on the engine, not the damage, basically the repair condition. The repair condition is so poor now that we've already lost, like we've been penalised for it. Start you up there and just take that bit. So we got another 2,800 litres, 2,900 roughly speaking, and that's it. We'll go forward a little bit. There. Right. Switch you off. And then we can come over this way. Now, can I unload this one? I need to just swing that one out like that. There. And I'm going to try and unload it directly into the bin, I think. I'll go like that. There. I'll bring you round. So I'm not going to be dumping this into the trailer. I'm just going to go like that. And then we need to go around the outside. There we go. Perfect. We need to go around the outside of this field. I'll only do one turn around the outside. I don't think we're going to need to do more than that. That should be enough room for us to turn on all the headlands that we need to turn on. And then we can go and start on these beans. We'll be able to leave the hired help doing it, and we can carry on doing the work there with the baler. We've got one bale we want to wrap, and then we'll take all of that and we will go and sell it. I'm not going to keep any of it. I'm going to sell the whole lot. You can come on up through like that. We don't leave the straw behind. Disappointing with that. I would love to be able to leave the soybean straw behind. I've baled soybean straw, so, and I know other people have said in other videos that they've baled soybean straw. They've baled the straw that's left behind by the maize as well, that they use as quite a, it is, you know, it's not really got much feed value in it. It's a bit like wheat straw. You don't really, it's not barley straw. A lot of barley straw is fed because it's quite soft, so it's used as a roughage. But the wheat straw is more often used as bedding rather than feed. And also, a lot of people said, especially ones from the States, have said, you know, that they have maize and they harvest maize, or corn, I guess you guys call it, and you actually bale that stuff up as well. You have it left behind the combine, you bale it up and use that as winter bedding. It doesn't really have much in the way of feed value, again, but it's perfect for winter bedding. It is very rough. And the same with the soybean straw. I don't know about the soybean straw. And I've baled soybean straw up and I've stacked it in the field. And personally, we used to use it to feed our donkeys. And the donkeys, they love the stuff. Right? Donkeys will grow fat on soybean straw. I tell you that for nothing. Donkey will get fat and sleek on the soybean straw. He loves it. He's into good eating then. He knows he's on good ground when you're giving him soybean straw. And same with pea straw as well. Although pea straw, I've seen that used for quite a number of different things. Number of farmers will get pea straw so that they can use it as a feed feed stuff as well. Because you do get quite a few peas left in the straw. It's quite surprising the number of people that go after that. You don't get much of it, mind. I've gone and stacked the bales in a field that has had the pea straw there. And you really, really don't get much in the way of bales off the pea straw. There's hardly anything there. The soybeans, well, I don't know if it was soybeans. I think it was different beans. I don't think it was soybeans. I don't even know if we grow soybeans in the UK. But beans of some kind, anyway. There was beans of some kind. And we definitely did the beans of some kind. Whatever kind of beans they were. We did them, and they were magnificent. Right, I'm just going to press H there, and I'm going to hope that this one will work its way across the bottom of the field, and then just work his way up across. I don't know how well this is going to go. But look at the beans we've got already. 2,500 litres, and we've not even done once around. We had penalties last time. Each time we've done the harvest, we've either not had the lime there, or we've had weeds in the field, or we haven't fertilised it properly. This time now, we've gone round and we've made sure that we've done the weeding, we've done the lime, it's all properly ploughed, and we've applied all the fertiliser. And the yields that are coming off of this now, they're significantly increased. You don't really notice that you're getting a penalty until you go and do a harvest that actually has everything in there that, you know, could possibly be in there. Now we're noticing. Now we're seeing the difference, and that's quite significant. It's got to be said, that is actually quite significant. Very cool. Right, we'll let that one carry on over there, and you can switch off a minute. You can come over here, we'll start you up, and let's go. Right, we've got our baler right here. We get this one going up across the field. We are, wow. Right, it's a steeper hill over there. Over that side, this is definitely a steeper hill, and we were doing like 8 or 9 miles an hour up across that field. Or was it K? Maybe we're working in kilometres when we were doing it. Maybe that's why I'm sort of noticing such a... It could be. It could be. But, I mean, we are still going extremely slowly. That bale has just fallen down. It's really, really bad to do that. Once the bale has sort of dropped a bit, you don't want to be dragging that one along the ground backwards. All you end up doing is busting the bale. So that one there we will turn into a silage bale. So there's going to be another little bit of extra cash that we can get for selling it. We're barely going uphill at all now, and it is really struggling with this. I think that it might be an idea to go and repair the tractor. We'll do that. We'll get to the bottom. So we've done once around. That's what we want. Let's see. We'll do once around. And so we've seen what it was like going up the hill. He's really struggled to get up the hill. He's really struggled to move around anywhere. With any of this, he's got 13 miles an hour. We'll go and repair it now. We'll stop this, we'll unhitch the baler, and we'll go and repair it. and then we'll see what the difference is. And we'll see just how significant this can be. There's that little tiny bit of straw over there. I want to get that. The combine pushed that out a little while ago. There. That's now done. Okay. I can just switch that one off a second. We'll have to unhitch the baler and leave it here, because it sort of auto unhitches it anyway. Let me lower down and get that bit. There. Right, now we can spin round. I'll just leave it there. If I leave you there a second, we can now spin round again, and we'll go over to you, and we'll stop there. Let's turn you off. And we'll go there. Right, so, repair. Do I want to repair that for $742? Yes, I do. That is now done. I've now repaired it, so we can jump back onto the tractor, and the repair bar is now all the way back up to maximum. Is this going to make a significantly noticeable difference when we come to doing our baling? This is the big question of the day. How much of a difference is this going to make? We've got our tractor is fully upgraded, remember. We have a powerful tractor here, in theory. So on we go. Now, it went right down to about 4 miles an hour when it was going up that hill, didn't it? Maybe 5. It was 5 or 4 miles an hour. Now, it's racing up across this field at 8. It's gone down to 7 and steeper part. 7 miles an hour. But that is a significant difference right there. There is a definite significant difference between having the tractor repaired and not repaired. So I finally answered that question. We've definitely answered that question once and for all. Does it make a difference if you don't repair the tractor? Yes, it really, really does. It actually, genuinely, it actually impacts gameplay. And that's something that I like. I really do like that. It does actually impact what happens to our machines as we scurry across our fields as frantically as we possibly can, trying to get all of these jobs done. Once we get up, well, we'll do a loop again. So we'll go up here, and then we'll come back down, and we'll bale up that last little line down there. And then we'll just quickly jump over to the combine a minute, and we'll see how that one's getting on. Ooh. We slowed down on that bit there. Didn't we? That went right down to 4 miles an hour right then. So we're getting little spots where it's slowed down, but it still seems to have made a difference to it. The combine's turning. If we want to be unloading the combine, it's going to be now anyway. This is going to be the point that we're going to want to do it. So if I just pop you right there a minute, and I switch over to you. How are you doing? 6,000. Yeah, I reckon we'll go and unload that combine now. We'll start you up, and we'll go and get this load of beans. And then we will also be able to... Have we got beans in storage? We've got 15,000 litres of beans in storage. We should get a good trailer load of beans, and we'll go and sell them to the highest bidder. There's another... Well, if we got 30,000 and we're selling them at 2,500, that's going to be like 75 grand for a trailer full, isn't it? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. 2.5 grand at 30,000 litres. So 30 is 30 times 2,500 is, yeah, that is about 75,000. That's not bad. I can cope with that. If we get a full trailer full, I think we're going to do all right out of it. We'll just unload this bit here a minute, and we'll see what the best price that's currently being offered. And whether we want to... maybe we're going to want to hold it a little bit. Maybe we're going to want to hold on to it just for a minute. Right, there is all of the beans that we're going to get for a minute. We've also showered our tractor a little bit. That's fine. We don't mind about that. Let's bring you back this way. On, all the way back over here, so that we can unload the combine again on our next pass. There we go. It's very, very difficult to reverse like this when you can't see the back of the trailer very well. Right, done. Quite happy like that. Right, beans. 2,420 right now at the ranch, and that price is still going up. So we might sort of... I mean, we're only on 1 speed at the moment, so we'll probably load it up, and then we'll fast forward time until we get to the point that we want to be... I should have just gone the other way with going through those. I'll go to that fourth one along. We're going to want to... we get it to the ranch, I think, and then we'll kind of fast forward time a little bit and see where it takes us. I don't know about planting this field again for a minute, because we might want to terraform out some of this to use for putting down a cattle pen or something. So I don't really know. It seems like it would be a bit of a waste if we were to go and use it all up immediately. So we might leave this one. Yeah, up there. It does really slow down when it gets... it's the thicker crop, isn't it? It's where that crop gets a little bit thicker. That's the bit that it slows it down on. I wonder if that's like a thing all the way through. If we go for a much bigger swath, does that actually slow the vehicle down? Does it go the speed according to how quickly the straw is going in the front? Because, I mean, it's not really a point to test it, is it? Because there's not enough there to be able to slow it down. But, I mean, if we were to get a rake and maybe combine 3 or 4 of these rows into one so that we could really test... there, it slowed down when I went over the thick bit, but then it's sped up again as we've gone up across the hill. So maybe the amount that's going in the front is affecting the speed that the vehicle is traveling along the ground. Again, that would be a really awesome thing, because they do actually do... well, when you're operating but when I was operating a baler like 15 years ago, you do that manually. You kind of judge how much is going in the front, and you speed up or slow down accordingly. And I think now with the modern balers, they do actually... I think some of them have got a computer panel where it kind of automatically adjusts the speed of the tractor accordingly. I don't know about that. That's something I'm sure I've heard someone talking about it, or something that they want. Maybe it was something that was sort of like a wish list of machinery or something. But you definitely adjust your machine according to the speed that the material is flowing in the front. So if you've got a really thick swath, it's going to go in the front. You're going to want to slow your vehicle down accordingly. So maybe the game has also implemented that. We would need a flat field and some different sort of size swaths in order to be able to adjust it. If anybody's already done that kind of testing and already knows about it, let us know in the comments section. I really want to know about this. Does that actually have an effect on the vehicles in the game? The size of the swath. Does it slow you down if your swath that you're stuffing into your baler is a lot smaller than, or a lot bigger than you would normally sort of expect it to be? Now, the next big question is, if I go on a little bit further, I'm going to have a straw swath that's going to be left, right? And it's going to go on to the next bale as well. The only way that we're going to get round this is, because I want to make the full bale. The only way that we're going to get round is either I got to leave a full bale of straw in the chamber and stop now. A bit more. One more. Right, the only real way we're getting round this is if I stop now and we could, like, the first bale could come out, or I go on and I just finish this and then I reset the baler to the shop and then go and get it and bring it back again. That's the only 2 options we've got, I think. Right, if I go on a bit more, is it... oh, it's gone to exactly 0. Perfect. That'll do me. I'll take that. I'll have a slice of that pie. We'll go to exactly 0 and we'll leave it at that. There's a little bit of straw that's left, but that means that the next bale that we do, if we go and start on grass, we're not going to waste a whole load of it. That would be a much better way of doing this. Right, so let's pop those 2 bales out. Like that. I'm very glad that it stopped on that and it didn't, like, also do the next bit of bale as well. Quite pleased with that. So we've now got an empty baler. We will leave that bit of straw behind because we can't put out, like, a part bale. And I'm actually going to take this one over so that we can clean it. I'm going to do things properly for once. Just once. Don't think this is going to become a habit or anything. But we've got the pressure washer over here, so we may as well use it occasionally. Right. I'm running around to you, and let's hose you down. There we go. A bit more. Power density, the LSB 1290D. Beast among balers. An absolute beast among balers. There we go. That's looking good. And we look in here. It's sort of shiny in there. This machine hasn't aged very much. Right? It's still black inside. But it does... I've actually seen it starting now to... Like, on some of the stuff. It's quite cool the way the paint is starting to wear off. Like, on the front weights, you're getting chipping on the paint around the bottom of the front weights. On ones that you've been using for a while. The tractor, we've now repaired it. So, I don't know if there was anything like that was showing up. But there's certainly not going to be on it now. Go around here. I suppose, yes, we ought to do both sides. Don't worry, I'm doing both sides. There we go. Close you off there. And I got the weight there. This weight is actually quite grubby. I'm having more trouble cleaning this weight than I am any of the rest of it. There, long last. It's getting a bit stained. A few stains building up on that one. Right. We'll take you back over. We can park our baler up now. He's all ready and waiting for when we decide to do either silage or hay up in that field, or maybe we do something up in that field. I don't know what we're going to do in that field next. We've done beans. We've done oats. We've done a big field of oats. I think we've done barley in there. Have we done wheat? I think we've done wheat. I'm not sure. We are going to want a lot more wheat and barley. If we're going big on the chickens, we're going to want a lot more wheat and barley, aren't we? That's going to be something that we're going to need to start working on. Let me just bring that one in and do that again, shall we? Because this is something that really bugs me. It makes it difficult for, like, parking, is when you're not quite sure which wheel it's using, and it like chops and changes between which wheel it's using when you're adjusting as well. And yeah, it does kind of impact. It may sound a little bit weird that, you know, it affects you the way that, whether it's rotating on the front or the back wheel on the baler. But if you've got twin wheels and it's pivoting on a different wheel each time, it does have a significant difference on, like, the performance. Well, what do you got here for a minute? Okay. Just going to turn that off. Go down here. I'm just going to gather up that bit and manually do that. We are going to need to empty this combine out. We're not... Actually, are we? Just wondering if we can finish this field without emptying out. I'm looking at the sheer quantity of crop we've got there. I don't think we are. I think we are... I don't think we're going to be able to get everything into the tank. I think we are going to have to empty out at least once. So we may as well do it going along here. Just on this pass now. Like that. And then the combine can finish off. Well, I don't know. I might have this wrong. It might actually be able to cut. I don't think it will, though. There's quite a lot there. So I don't think it's going to be able to cope with it. Our tractor may struggle a little bit. It's definitely struggling a bit. Let's bring you out here. Are we going to have time to finish this harvest today? I think we will. We'll get this one little bit here unloaded. I'm not going to worry about the bit down the end there. I'm just going to... Well, I'm not going to drive on it. We'll tidy that up at the end. I will use the other tractor, the case, to get on to moving those bales, because we can load those up right now. Alright. That'll do for that. He's done all he's going to do there. We don't need any more. We'll put this one down the bottom of the field. Actually, I'll tell you what. We'll use this tractor for doing it. The case can do the other job. There's one other job that I want to do a minute. Oh. Go that way, there. You... I got another job for you. We got one bale that we want to wrap up, because that's going to turn that bale from like $500 up to like $2,000 or something obscene like that. So if we quickly run back here and we grab that one, we've got... That's hay down there, isn't it? It's not grass. We grab that one there. And again, we've got the round bale over here. If I... Actually, you know what? I could do that. We could get the bale spike on, and we could use that to carry this round bale, because we've got bales of hay for the sheep. This is a bale of grass, right? We could use this, and yeah, I'm current. If you do it like that, you would utterly destroy your machine, right? You wouldn't want to do it like that. So we pick this one up here, and this one will now do round bales. Look at that. See, it's rotating it beautifully. It's like poetry in motion, that is. Poetry in motion. We got round bales on the square bale wrapper. That's absolutely awesome. Let's drop you down there. And then we can go round and we will get that one square bale up there. And we'll wrap that one as well. This one here is just going to go straight up to the barn to be sold, the same as all of these straw bales that we've got in the field. How many have we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm going to have exactly 2 bales left over. It's a little bit annoying because it means that we've got to kind of carry them separately, and I didn't want to have to do that, but still, I suppose it's fine. Money is money. And it's not right. We haven't got to go very far with them. I can always keep one. I can always keep one of these bales down here, and we can use it for some of the animals. Although I don't think we can put square bales in for the horses. They've got that round bale chute thing there at the moment. I don't know if we can do any different with that. We'll have to have a look at that sometime in the future. I'm just going to park you right there like that a minute, and then I'm going to go to this tractor over here. We're going to unhitch that trailer. We're going to take off the front weight, but I'm not going to put it on the back because I don't actually want it on the back at the moment. I do want my grab, which I'm going to go and get. So I need to lower you down there and unhitch that one. I've got his pallet forks down here. The bale spike is in the hay bales at the top. I'll go and get that in a sec. Come through to there. Grab you. Right. Yeah, that's pallet forks there. I don't want pallet forks. So I need to go up here and I want to grab this one. So I can get this round bale on the spike. I might actually be able to get the other bale on the spike as well. If I can do that, it's going to make life very, very easy for us. We can just take the whole lot with us and we don't need to worry about keeping any bales down here. That's going to make it easier for us. Now, this bale here, we did originally, we left the spike in the bale, didn't we? If you remember, we left this one right in the spike, and we left it there. But what it's done is it's actually migrated itself out of the bales as, you know, it just decided to migrate itself out of the bales. I'm not sure why it does that. It's obviously some sort of gameplay thing where it doesn't really like the way that the bales are set up. That's fine. We'll ignore that. But what I want to do now is I want to bring this one round like this, and I want to grab one of the... What are you doing? Why are you turning it round? Don't turn it round. It went into it wrong. Went into it wrong. That's what it did. I mean, too much. I'm trying to rush. I'm trying to rush. Easy does it. Right. There. Pick that one up like that. And you can see its silage has got the symbol for silage there beside it. So what I'm hoping to do is I'm hoping to put this one here right beside that bale there. Right? Now, it's saying that our combine has completed their task. I'm not entirely sure that they have. I'm going to have a look. No, they haven't. Well, we didn't expect them to. We're going to grab the bales. We will finish off that little bit in our next episode, I think, because we're going to run out of time very soon. So I'm going to go and grab... We're going to get these bales of straw, and we're also going to get the bales of silage going as well. So get that one onto there. And we come up round. We need to unfold that one. So we've got that out and ready. And then we can start going up through and we can start picking up all of these bales. So we're going to get 16 bales of straw onto this thing. And then once we've got these 16 bales of straw on here, we'll be able to get the 2 bales of silage on the front spike. And we'll be able to sell those 2. So we're going to make a fortune. We're going to make an absolute fortune from all of these bales that we've got scattered around here that we'll be racing over to the dealership, not the dealership, the barn with, in order to be able to sell. And... I mean, so long as the prices are good. The prices do fluctuate quite a bit. You don't have, like, a set value anymore for bales of silage and hay and straw. At least as far as I'm aware, you don't. Which is kind of cool, but at the same time, it's... the one slightly frustrating thing about it is that there's nowhere that tells you how much they are. We don't have anywhere listed, because if you look here, this is just for loose stuff. Right? I mean, it says 441 there at the barn, but I think that's just for loose. Because And, well, we'll see. 441. So, we're taking in 4,000 litres. In theory, that should be 1,600. 1,764. 1,764 per bale. If it does actually work out exactly whatever the loose is. It might be that. You never know. We may have sort of fastened on to how the prices are being judged. Because it says at the barn. It doesn't say anywhere else, it just says barn. I get that there. And we can see if we can judge this on the other as well. So that's the straw symbol, isn't it? I didn't say. I think that's straw there. That one is grass and that one's hay. Straw, hay, grass, and then silage. So the straw at 112 should, in theory, be 448 per bale. So 448, so we got 16 bales here, haven't we? And we'll pick these two up, but what we're going to do is we're going to do that a bit differently. I'm not going to sell them together with the ones from here. I'm going to sell them separately. I can just press B and pick that one up like that. Now I can come down here and... Right. That's not picking that one up, is it? It's not picking that one up yet. We will, though. I am determined to pick that one up. It's not going to do it. There's got to be a way to do this. All I'm doing is rotating the bale round at the minute. It's because I've gone too far into the round bale, I think. I have to push that one there. And then I'm going to need to kind of... What is with these bales? Every time I try to move them, they're going the wrong way. I can go there. 8,000. Nope, 4,000. I thought I was onto a winner then. I really did. I thought I was going to get it. Let me turn a bit. I need to... There. 8,000. No! I was in! I actually got all the way in. Spike it. Spike it. Spike it. There. Am I in? Is it in yet? I think it's in. Right. I think we've got it. I think we've got it holding. Let's lift the bale up like that. We've got them both here. So we've got 8,000 litres here. 441. I'm going to use my calculator to figure this one out. This is all we got time for today. So we'll get this one up over there. I'm going to use the calculator on this. We've got... Because it's saying silage there. It's not... It's like using a different symbol. It's not using the silage bale that it did previously. So I reckon it's just counting it as like any of the ordinary silage. Although, did it have a symbol for the silage bale? Maybe it didn't. Let's see. We're bringing both those. We've got 8,000 on here. I'm not going to worry about putting them on different symbols. So they've just both sold. We've got 3,531 sold bales. Where's my calculator? Right, 3531. 3531. Divide that by 8, because we had 8,000, wasn't it? That gives you 441.375, which is the exact price that was listed on our thing right here. 441 there is the exact price that was listed. So that's what decides what your bales are worth. All right, you just look there and you see whatever the loose is, that's what you get for your bales as well. So you don't get any extra for bales. So the straw then, in theory, we've got 4,000. Hang on, how much is the straw? The straw is 112. So, well, that should be 448. 448 times 16, we go 448 times 16 is 7,168. We should get 7,168 for this load right here, which is going to take us up to well over 30 grand. And then by the time we sell our trailer load of beans, that's going to be over $100,000. That's enough to buy some chickens. That is definitely enough to buy some chickens. That's good. That's a step forward. Okay, so we do that, and we got 7,205. I said 168. That's close enough. Okay, that's close enough. 7,205. Divide that by 16. That's giving us 450.3 per bale. 450.3 per bale divided by 4, because 4,000 per bale, is 112.575. And it's 112 on there. So you don't get the decimal point, but it's within that. So yes, that is exactly how it's all being decided. It's on the whatever the loose price is. It used to be separate. Your bales used to have a set price for your bales, and that was what they were set at. It didn't matter what the loose price was. The bales were a separate price. But now, the loose price is what decides what you get for your bales. So it's easy to figure it out. You do have to run a quick calculation on it. No calculator, just whatever it is, times 4, that's what you're getting for your bales. Because all the bales are 4,000 litres. Nice and easy. Anyway, that is all we've got time for today. So if you've enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.